It's just a fanfiction, a story written by me, a writer. This has nothing to do with mentioned ideal BTS members, real life event, behavior or characteristics. Pics, sound, videos which are used in this video are not mine. Credit goes to rightful owners. But the editing and the storyline is mine. Do not copy it. The characters of this story would be flawed, grey, especially main leads, so do not take them as ideal persons. This story might be dark for some readers. Read at your own risk. Wine fluttered her eyes and tried to open them. She blinked few times to clear her vision. She slowly sat up on the bed and saw a IV tube was attached to her hand. She then looked ahead of her and saw her father sitting on a stool with a hard face. Her brother, sister-in-law, mom and Ethan was also there. She closed her eyes, understanding they came to know about their unborn baby. Ethan gave her cell phone and told her to call her boyfriend now. Dad, we were going to tell you tomorrow on. Tell her, Ethan, to not waste any more time and call her boyfriend. She gulped, seeing her father this angry. She called Taehyung once, twice, then thrice, but he didn't pick it up. She again called her and then this time she picked it up. Hello, Taehyung, my dad, in fact my whole family came to know about our child today. Please come here. Sorry, who's this actually? It's me, Taehyung, written. So I was saying you. I don't know any wine. Saying this, he cut the call, leaving her frozen. For a minute or two, only the breathing of her and her families could be heard. Then Ethan spoke. Call again? What are you waiting for? With hazy mind, she looked at Ethan, but did nothing. Ethan then snatched the phone from her and called his number again and again. But every time call went on busy. She could hear her father cursing several times, also Ethan saying something to her, but nothing seemed to come clear to her mind. How could he say that? He betrayed me. Her mother noticed her breathing was becoming high, so she went towards her and started to pat her back despite being angry. This baby was planned. How could he? Calm down, Wayne. Ask Taehyung that boy's address. I hope she knows where he lives. His real name, anything, ask her. If not, then trace the location of his SIM, anything. How dare that guy cut off the call? He needs to answer her. Seeing her heavy breathing, Yoongi thought to go for the second option. See, Dad. He's Kim's son, youngest son. Her voice came out low as her lips were trembling. What? Come again? What did you say? His voice was dangerously cold, whereas others' eyes were widened. He is Kim Taehyung, Mr. Kim's youngest son. As soon as those words left her mouth, her father went towards her while cursing, at such a force that she flinched badly. If not for her brother holding her father tightly, she would have been slapped forcefully by her father. Don't, that she's expecting. A tear left her eyes seeing her father mouthing words like that to her for the first time, whereas Ethan stood there frozen. Mr. Min somehow controlled his actions and took deep breaths. Then he looked at Ethan. This is the girl you were getting beaten up for, Ethan? Look at her, sitting here after crumbling all our trust, faith. What were you telling me? Pi can never hurt us. She was hiding her relationship because the guy was poor. Don't be angry with her. She loves the poor guy for years. Ethan kneeled in front of her bed and took her one palm in his. Please, Pi, don't lie to protect him now. He needs to give you an explanation behind the refuse to know you. He needs to be punished, Pi. His tone was gentle, yet desperation was clear in them. But the answer she gave him left him shattered. I'm telling the truth now, Fratello. He's really a king. She broke down into sobs, whereas Ethan looked at her blankly. Get up, Ethan, get up. You know what, Wyatt? You never deserved this household. You never deserved Ethan as your bodyguard, neither Yoongi as your brother nor us as your parents. You deserve the strict household, where they see women as just a method to bring here, where the parents continuously cheat each other, where parents don't give time to their children. You deserved a bodyguard who would always saw you like some weak dirt, and a brother who always made you feel like some good-for-nothing trash. When other capos used to tell me that I am doing wrong by giving you freedom, I used to laugh it off saying it's 21st century. But guess what? The damn bastards were right. Dad, don't you dare call me that. Right now I am the capo of our, and I am seeing nothing but a manipulative liar in front of me who slept with our enemy, knowing very well the consequences. He successfully created a storm in our family, and look at you, fool. What's the higher education is for you if you can't even act smartly in real life? And that Kim, I'm not gonna leave him. He went outside in rage, and Yoongi trailed behind him to stop him after taking a last glance at his sister and showing his obvious disappointment at her. Very, very strict parents, Vayan, that you lied like a professional just for an enemy who actually fooled you. Let's go outside, Ethan. She doesn't need you to protect her. Her boyfriend would do that. Their heart also seeing her like that, but her betrayal hurted them 10 times more than the venomous words leaving their mouth. But at the end, they left the room not cause they wouldn't want to be by her side, but because they wouldn't want to say more hurtful words to her in her that condition. As soon as they all left, Vayan broke down into more tears. You broke my trust, just like I broke theirs. You used my faith just like I used theirs, Taehyung. On the other hand, Dad, don't rush things. Even after all this, you were thinking I am rushing things. Mr. Min furiously freed his hand from his son and spat at him. Dad, think clearly. Don't you remember what happened years ago? Mr. Min got frozen hearing his son. Let Vayan stay with me for some days, then see if she wants to continue this pregnancy or not. Then we will decide the things. Mr. Min let out a defeated sigh and nodded his head. Two days later. Half laying on the bed of her brother's guest room, Wayne was gazing blankly in front of her. Memories of her and Taehyung was floating back to her mind. What would you do, Taehyung, if we can't get married? A 23 years old Wayne asked her boyfriend of 2 years. What would you do other than becoming a sage? Ha, liar. Can't even eat vegetarian food for one day and would become a sage. You underestimate me, my lady. I can't even leave my pride for you. Unless, why would I meet you like a thief? Wayne took the pillow and started to hit at him while laughing. Are you a child or what? Standing in front of the balcony while it's raining? Don't you know how severe it becomes once you catch cold? He scolded her as he was towel drying Wayne's hairs, who was pouting. Why did you even order spicy food if you can't handle it? She rolled her eyes as she saw him gulping milk after having a half of his spicy ramen. He sheepishly smiled at her. Need to level up my spice tolerance, right? Unless how would you enjoy a meal with me from the same plate? Aish, this cheesy boy. How he stood at the corner of her college proudly while her graduation ceremony twice. As her family was there, he wouldn't be able to talk to her, but still he was there in a disguise. Tears ran through her eyes. Was everything you were acting? Everything? She heard the knock on the door and wiped her tears. Come in, it's open. As soon as the door was opened, Wayne saw her sister-in-law Amy came in, sat in front of her and gave her milk. She then saw her tangled up hairs. Let me comb your hair and braid it. But you would have better sleep like that. Wayne gave up, seeing her face, and nodded. Amy started to comb Wayne's hairs while she started to drink her milk. How is Oppa? He slept actually. You know, workload. Why I hurt everyone for one man? Why? Tears pulled in her eyes and Amy just hugged her, unable to answer her. Next day. After getting ready for today's checkup, Wayne came downstairs. As soon as she came to the living room, she saw her father and Etha sitting there. Her eyes welled up and she motioned to hug. Dad, stop right there. Behave yourself in front of the capo. She froze at her place and nodded. She then saw her Annie Fertello, but he didn't even gaze at her. So what did you decide? Huh? What did you decide about your pregnancy? Do you want to continue? Or his voice was extremely cold. Her palm subconsciously went around her belly, covering it protectively. There's nothing to decide, Dad. My baby is very much wanted by me. Always was, even during the time of conception. Her dad didn't look at her but nodded nevertheless. Park Jimin and other future capo like Yoongi have come to our house as per our request. Meet him. If he likes you, then your marriage would be held in coming 2 weeks. I don't care about your opinion in this matter. He knows that you are with child. It would be his decision if he wants to be the father of your child or just want you. I would accept whatever he wants. You would too. Tears left her eyes hearing him. How can you expect me to leave my child behind? You are also a parent. You know my. Trust me, Ryan, it's much better than the same child giving betrayal as a reward in future. Ryan's breath hitched hearing those words. Anyways, Yoongi and Amy have to come with me for work. You have to go hospital with Ethan. I hope this time you would be loyal to me, Ethan. Obviously, Capo can't make the own deep over and over again. Ryan was walking through the corridor of the hospital to reach to her OBGYN's room. Ethan was walking behind her without saying any words. The corridor suddenly became very chaotic as staff started to take patients injured in car accident towards OT. Staffs were running here and there and the corridor filled with more people. In that situation, someone held Ryan's hand and forcefully brought her into a dark room while muffling any sounds from her mouth by tightly placing a palm on it. We can't afford you screaming like this, Dulce. Hearing the voice, Ryan's eyes went wide.